All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, here we go, back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with a match preview. I'm so glad the international break is finally over. We still have one more international break to go in November, which sucks, but at least we've got Premier League back, as you can see. Next up, Brentford. Before we get into the whole nitty gritty of the things and dive deep into this whole preview, this match is not going to be easy in my perspective. Brentford are a very, very good team. For a promoted club, they've been doing really well. We'll look at the stats as to how they've been going. I think they're on something like 7th in the table, 3 wins, 1 draw, or something like that. But we'll have a look into that. But they're a very high intensity, energetic team. They're up for it. They're newly promoted, so they've got things to prove. And these type of matches against blockbuster teams like us, it's just a bit of a free hit for them. As Ivan Toney always likes to say, it's a kickabout for him. It's a kickabout. But before we look into, Brentford and why not, as I said, this is a big match straight after the international break. And generally, we don't always start off well straight after the international break. That momentum gets broken. So we'll see hopefully we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get that 3 points. But let's start the conversation with injury update, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a few players are not available for this match. Thiago Silva is not injured, but Thiago Silva is literally going to land on the day of the match. This is how crazy this international break is. I mean, how can you have international matches that's going to hamper, your league, matches? At the end of the day, you get paid by your league matches. You're employed by your club, and because of international matches, you're gonna miss out on league matches, which is strange because Thiago Silva finished the match 3 a.m. UK time yesterday. So by the time he reaches UK, it's going to be match day. So there's no way he's actually going to be able to play this game. So Thiago Silva is not available for this game, not because of injury, but Antonio Rudiger is injured. I spoke about this little bit in Matisse's channel a few days ago in All You Can Eat Chelsea. There was reports that Antonio Rudiger obviously didn't play Germany's second game due to some back injuries, back pain issues. And he hasn't really trained at Chelsea yet since returning back from international duty. And he's going to be out for this match. And you know what? This is the first time under Thomas Tuchel that he's been unavailable. So I can understand that these sort of things can happen. He's played so many matches. Honestly, this is the first time he's unavailable. In recent times, I think I can only remember him being unavailable in the Carabao Cup game just recently against Aston Villa. So for me, this is not hopefully a big issue. The injury is just some back pain. Hopefully he'll be back very soon, if not against Malmo, but hopefully next Premier League game. Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech are both injured. And these are two players I've spoken a lot about. And I want to know what you guys have to say about these, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like these two players, this is it. This is their final straw this season, in my personal view. We can't keep harboring players that are going to be injury prone and not going to be able to provide some sort of value for us for an extended period of time. Christian Pulisic is still injured, ladies and gentlemen, off the back of the last international break, not even this international, but last one where he got an ankle injury and he's still not training with the first team. So I'm not really sure how long he's going to be away. It was initially said 10 days. Now he's been gone for well over a month. So look, there are some stats flying around that he's not been available at least 40% of the time since he's joined Chelsea. This season, 12 games, he's been unavailable 10. Apparently, that's been the stats. So massive question marks on a player like Christian Pulisic. And I've always said, if you're not going to be available that often, then what good are you for us? We do need to think about replacing you and getting players that are going to be available. Hakim Ziyech, similarly, not only he's not available, he's out of form as well. So This player is already in trouble. I just dropped a video yesterday. Please check that out. He's already in trouble in terms of his Chelsea career. So he's not available. Good news is Romelu Lukaku is available, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully he'll be starting. And the injury scare that he had with Belgium was just a minor sort of injury, and he seems like he will be back, which is fantastic news. Let's have a look at the Brentford outlook now. This is what Thomas Tuchel had to say about Brentford before we touch on the whole Brentford situation. They will be up for it. They already catch the momentum. Chelsea doesn't come for a cup game; it comes for a Premier League. They've had such a good result. They've done fantastic job. They'll play with courage, confidence, but we can't be surprised. It's on us to adapt, accept the situation that they won't give us a single inch. We have to be ready mentally, physically, tactically. It's not much about knowing solutions. It's match where we have to match the mentality and attitude. 100%. Brentford, I don't think that too many of their players have featured in the international break. And, they should be well rested. They should be well prepared for this. I'm just going to bring up what they've been up to in recent times. They have started the season brilliantly for a club that's just been promoted. This is where it all started for them against Arsenal. Brilliant win at home, first game of the season, 2-0. Really put Arsenal in the mud. Next up, Crystal Palace 0-0 away from home. Not a bad result, actually. In the Carabao Cup, they beat Forest Green. That's standard 3-1. Against Aston Villa, 1-1 as well. I mean, that's a strong Aston Villa team. We know, what Aston Villa has done in the summer since they got the money for Grealish. Brighton are a very good team, so I'm not surprised that they lost to Brighton. Wolves, they actually went away to Wolves and won 2-0 with a player red carded. Quite an incredible result. Then again, in the Carabao Cup, 7-0. This one was a proper standout. The one against Liverpool, 3-0. Goal scorer Ethan Pinnock, Vitale Janelt, Jon Wissa. Let's have a quick look at their lineup for that particular match. David Rea in goalkeeper position, K. Asia, P. Jansen, Pinnock, Canos, Onyeka, Nodgaard, Venelt, Henry, Mbuemo, and Toney. These are the two players. Mbuemo and Toney are the big players for them. They ended up getting a 3-0 at home against Liverpool, where you probably think that's a standard, match for Liverpool to get the 3 points. But no, Liverpool actually got a bit of a runaround. And this one as well, away from home to West Ham, who are flying this season. Goals from Brian Mbuemo and Jon Wissa in the injury minutes to secure that game. Let's have a quick look at their lineup here. Strong lineup from West Ham as well. But Ivan Toney and Mbuemo are the two players that are very, very strong. Seems like they play with a 3 at the back as well, with the wing backs, 3 in midfield, Baptiste, Norgard, and Onyeka. So this will be quite matched, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look at what they did against Liverpool. I'm certain they played 3 at the back there as well. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, they play with the 3 at the back formation. So this is going to be extremely interesting match and a very, very tough match indeed. As I said, not many teams can go to West Ham and get a 2-1, and they played well. I actually watched this match, not the entire thing, but in bits and pieces, and they actually played good. And similarly with Liverpool as well, I watched that match. They played very well against them. West Ham obviously had 60% possession, but it's not like Brentford didn't do much with that 40%. They're a strong team with these two players. These are the two players, Ivan Toney and Mbuemo, to look out for. They're very strong physical players up front, and they can hold the play. They can link up well. Their passing range is good. They know exactly each of their movements, Ivan Toney and Mbuemo. And this midfield is a workhorse midfield. And then they've got the wing backs. They're going to be bringing full energy. They're going to bring the intensity. We better be up for it, or else we are going to get caught. I kid you not. Okay, let's have a look at our lineup now. Let's bring up the formation. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. let's straight away get into this. Let me know what your thoughts are as well. Smash the like button and hit the bell notification. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We're going to start off with Mendy. I think he's for sure going to be the goalkeeper. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if it's Kepa, but Mendy's the number one goalkeeper. You know, Thomas Tuchel seems to switch things around. Malbo, maybe it could be Kepa. Who knows? Rudiger is injured, as we've already said. So the natural selection is Malang Sarr, but I'm gonna put some other options there for you guys to think about. But as I said, natural selection is Malang Sarr. In the middle has to be Andres Christensen. He had a very good performance for Denmark as well. He's already qualified for the World Cup, so he's going to be buzzing. On the right side, here's where the conundrum is. Reece James is back training, so I want Reece back, and I don't think he necessarily needs to be eased into the team. He's played this season, so he should be fit enough. And if he's training already, which means he shouldn't be in pain. There's been no news about him that he's still injured. I would put Aspie back here, but I still want to put a sort of question that Chalobah could be a shout. Because Azpilicueta has played in the international break, and he probably deserves a bit of rest here and there as well. He's played quite a lot of matches. Look, I understand that Thomas Tuchel likes playing the captain on a regular basis, which is fine. But I've clipped Chalobah there because Chalobah has been very, very good as well whenever he's played for us. So I wouldn't mind to see Aspie get a bit of break. Chalobah comes in. I would like Reece James to start. Now, it could very well be that Chalobah starts and Aspie plays as a right wing back and Reece James comes off the bench because of the injury. But I personally would like to see Reece James. I think he gives us something different, especially his crossing ability from these sort of areas is so important. Not to say that Aspie is bad in crossing. He's provided a lot of assists for us already this season, but I just want to see Reece James back there. He's a bit more attacking. He's got that ability to shoot as well. He scored that goal against Arsenal, so I want to see more of him in that right wing. In the left wing, I think let's keep going with Chilwell. There's no discussion here. I mean, Alonso's been okay. He's been very good indeed, but I want Chilwell in the left wing back position. In the middle, I want to continue on with that Brentford, with the Southampton situation. So I know Kante is back training and he's fit, which is well and good, but he's just come off the illness, and I don't want to rush Kante. Kante is a player I definitely don't want to rush into the squad straight away. I feel like he needs to be managed, and I'm okay for him to come off the bench, get those minutes, and really impact off the bench. So I want to continue on with Cover and Ruben Loftus-Cheek because they looked really good against Southampton. Southampton pressed hard, and they're quite press resistant, and they know exactly how to drive from midfield and create a lot of havoc in these sort of areas. You know, we can sit in defense like this when in defensive phase, and then these two players can really drive forward with the ball, and that's quite important for us. So Brentford is a team that's going to press us, bring the energy, and these two players should be able to counter-attack that. Jorginho, I feel like needs a bit of rest. Been featuring for Italy quite a bit as well. And Kante, as I said, off the bench is fine. Saul, honestly, I don't know if he's going to get any game time. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is on fire, deserves to start, in my opinion. Southampton, he played a fantastic game. So him and Kovacic continues on. Pulisic, as we know, is injured. Let's already mark this. Hopefully there's nothing wrong. I mean, there's been no report that Romelu Lukaku is injured, so he's back on training. I want him to start straight away, banging the goals against Brentford. These are the games that we do need him to step up and make sure he bangs in those goals. So I'm expecting Romelu Lukaku. On the right side, not necessarily right. It could end up being something like this at times, more sort of this sort of formation that we could see happening where everything sort of slides on the right side. But on the right side, I would like to see Timo Werner. He's been probably one of the very few players that's in form. So I want to see Timo on the right side, and he played very well against Southampton. Could have scored a hat-trick, scored that goal, should have scored that one goal that was disallowed. So for me, Timo Werner, and on the left side, give Callum a chance again, to be honest. I don't think he had a bad game against Southampton. Give him another chance to show what he can do. He's fresh. He didn't go on international break. Should be raring to go. And this is the team more or less featured against Southampton besides Rudiger. And I want this team to have a chance. I know a lot of people say Mason Mount. Mason Mount's another player that's out of form. And I'd like Mason to come off the bench and show us that impetus and show us that impact. Same with Kai Havertz as well. Win your position from the bench. I don't think you should get a freebie. Talking about that Sarr position, anything is possible here. I mean, we could possibly even see, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Chilwell perhaps could play here, and then you could have a situation where Alonso is playing as a wing-back. You could even possibly have, Chalobah playing that position. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, the natural selection is Sarr, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are with this team. This is my team that I'm going with. Mendy at the back, Sarr, Andres Christensen, Azpilicueta. I've got Chalobah in the background. Chilwell, Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Reece James, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner, Lukaku. I feel like this is a team that should be able to come back against Brentford and should be able to get that 3 points. This is not going to be an easy game. Let's have a look at the table before we talk about the final situation, which is going to make this whole conversation null and void, to be honest. We are on top of the table, which is fantastic. 16 points, 7 matches played, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 15 goals we've scored, 3 only conceded. So we good defensively. And people talk about we haven't scored enough goals. We haven't created much. We're not that bad. We've scored 15 goals. Liverpool scored 17 goals. We're only 2 away from Liverpool, and Liverpool was meant to be the more creative, more dynamic team. We've scored more than Man City, and they're meant to be the more creative team as well. Brentford 7 games played, 3 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss, which is quite incredible for a team that's just been promoted. So this is not going to be an easy game. The final piece that I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is Anthony Taylor. I feel like this is the referee that's going to be refereeing this match, and he's had some proper howlers against us, honestly. There's proper threads in football Twitter where he's made big-time, unbelievable decisions against us recently, against Reece James. And there's been many other incidents. Harry Maguire last season for Man United with Azpilicueta, dragging him down. I'm pretty certain he's going to be the main man again. He's going to try and sabotage this match. I'm now convinced that this guy has some agenda against Chelsea. I really am. So we've got to be on our game. We've got to make sure that we don't go in with those rash tackles. Be very careful in our box. Don't give away penalties. Any tackles, this brother will give away a penalty, in my opinion. So Anthony Taylor will find every reason to screw us in this game and give Brentford that win. And it's at Brentford home. So he'll probably just give in to the home crowd, and the home crowd will be buzzing. So look, this match is difficult. Then you throw in Anthony Taylor, it almost becomes to a point where we should just give up, to be honest. Just forfeit and give them the W, take the L. But I'm hoping we can go out there and win this. Honestly, this is a game straight off the international break. If you look at our fixtures that are coming up, we've got some favorable, as Thomas Tuchel said in the press conference, we've got some fixtures coming up that puts us as favourites, but by no means, it doesn't mean that they're easy games at all. We've got Brentford, we've got Malmo, we've got Norwich, we've got Southampton, we've got Newcastle, Malmo, Burnley, and then Leicester is probably the first game after a long time where there's going to be some sort of a challenge. But all of these games are going to be difficult. We're favourites, as Thomas Tuchel said, but we need to prove ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are on this match coming up. I'm expecting hopefully a 2-0, 2-1 victory for us. We need this victory if we want to be a title contender. But let me know what your thoughts are with my team selection. Let me know your score prediction. Let me know how you feel about the players that are injured. Let me know how you feel about Brentford as well. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.